Homer Sooner, everybody. You guys know me, I'm Harry James. Well, the Sooner Bowl, we had 6 participants in the Sooner, aka Super Bowl, most by any collegiate team. Hats off to the Chiefs. We'll tell you who's on the teams for the Chiefs and the Niners, plus the next version of these guys are projected to be on campus. The recruiting report for 2024 scouting. Coming up next, let's get to some recruiting right now. Homer Sooner, everybody. You guys know me, I'm Gary James. All right, the Super Bowl, aka the Sooner Bowl, because all the majority of the players on both teams, most by any collegiate team, all Sooners. For the Chefs, or the Chiefs, if you will, tight end Blake Bell, center Creed Humphrey, fellow offensive lineman Wanya Morris, and long snapper James Winchester all play for the Chiefs. The Niners, they got some too. Trent Williams and weight room Willie Braden Willis. All right. Well, those are 6 players that played in the Super Bowl last night. But what about future players that might be in a Super Bowl or in the NFL or in the Pro Bowl? This is what this is about, baby. That's what this is about. But OU Sooner recruiting report for 2024. Number 6 overall, thanks to Rivals. 8th by Sooner Scoop, or by ESPN. 9th from On3. And 24/7 has them as the 8th best recruiting class. What changes offensively and defensively? Mainly offensively, the changes are coaches. 2 coaches on board. Coaching changes. Seth Luttrell, former Oklahoma analyst, North Texas Mean Green head coach, has now had the Oklahoma analyst lifted and is now a co-OC offensive coordinator, probably quarterback's coach and play caller, with a co-offensive coordinator tie-in with Joe John Finley, former Oklahoma tight end. They share the offensive duties. Now, they do share the offensive duties, so there is that. But what players do they share the offensive duties with? Well, we can tell you that. Quarterback. Newcomers. These are newcomers to the team. Newcomer, Casey Thompson. Oh, yes. 6'1", 200. Played at Texas, Nebraska, Florida Atlantic. He's got 1 year of eligibility left. Add Casey Thompson to the transfer portal list for Oklahoma. And 2 true freshman players. Michael Hawkins, 6'2", 195 out of McKinney, Texas. And Brandon Zerbug, 6'3", 185 from Alliance, Ohio. Those are the quarterbacks. All the rest of these, I think I did them alphabetically. Let's hope that's how this turns out. Running back, Sammy Samuel Franklin. 5'10", 195, transfer, middle Tennessee, Martin, I should say. 3 years of eligibility left for Franklin. True freshman running backs, the X Factor, Xavier Robinson, 6'2", 220. Sticking back there at fullback, sticking back there at power back, 6'2", 220, out of Midwest City, Oklahoma. But the gem, the star of the gem of this running back class, 5'10", 205, Taylor Tatum, out of Longview, Texas. Those are your running backs. Wide receivers, quite a few of these guys, including, you're going to start alphabetically. You could start with B, Deion Burks. 5'11", 195, out of Purdue. 2 years of eligibility left for Burks, I believe. All the rest of these guys, I believe, are true freshmen. Yeah. Including Ivan Carrion, 6'6", 195, Odessa, Texas. Zion Kearney, 6'2", 210, out of Fresno, Texas. And Zion Ragans, 5'7", 150, out of Georgia. Gray, Georgia, I should say. All right, what about like a tight end, halfback, fullback, not including Xavier Robinson, who's going to get some carries. But what about true tight end power backs? Got some for you. We'll start, Andy. We'll start with Devon Mitchell, 6'4", 245, out of Los Alamitos, California. So we'll start there. Next, alphabetically, will be R in Jake Roberts, 6'5", 248, played at North Texas and Baylor. 1 year of eligibility left. And 2 years of eligibility left for Bar Sharp. Sharp, 6'5", 245, out of Southeast Louisiana. 2 years of eligibility left for that young man. And a true athlete, probably won't see any playing time this year because he tore his knee up. But Andy Bass, 5'10", 200, out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. He will be a playmaker at the athlete position when he's ready. But, if you're going to be playing in the SEC, you need some weight. You need some big dogs. No offense to Georgia, but you're going to need some offensive linemen. Tons of help coming in. With starting with a local product, Josh Iososa. 6'4", 305, out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Daniel Akumie, 6'5", 310, out of London, England. Played a little bit of overseas NFL thing there. A little bit more of a local product than London, Ireland, out of Fulton, Mississippi. That is Isaiah Autry, 6'7", 300 pounds, out of Fulton, Mississippi, as we already talked about. Up to the Bees, like Eugene Brooks, 6'4", 320, out of Chestworth, California. Brown, Spencer Brown, transfer, 6'6", 315, out of Michigan State. 2 years of eligibility left for Brown. Jump all the way down to the H's for Hatchett. Darian Hatchett, 6'4", 303 pounds. Washington transfer, 2 years of eligibility left. Oh yeah! National championship runner-up, Washington. They know how to do it. They know how to beat Texas. Speaking of Texas, Fabiachi Nwanyu, 6'4", 316 out of North Texas. 2 years of eligibility left for him. And finally, T. Tarquin. Michael Tarquin, 6'5", 300 pounds. Played a couple years at Florida. Played at USC. 1 year of eligibility left. And he'll use it at Oklahoma. That is your offensive players to look out for. Defensively, there's a change here too. Ted Ruth leaving. Oklahoma bringing in basically a mini-me to Brent Venables and Zach. That is Zach Alley, defensive coordinator previously with Jacksonville State. So if Zach Alley is going to get in there and try to change things, you got to get up there with the line first. Defensive line, ends, nose guards. Got you there. Like Wyatt Gilmore, 6'4", 240 out of Rogers, Minnesota. Jaden Jackson, 6'2", 300 pounds from Bradenton, Florida. Preferred walk-on, local product, Virgin Kaiser. 6'4", 230 out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Preferred walk-on there. Denny Koye, 6'4", 240. Another local product. No walk-on here. He's going to get a scholarship. He's out of Tulsa. David Sohn, another local product. 6'4", 275 out of IMG Academy, but did play sometime in Midwest City. They're finally stepping outside the state, but not too far outside the state, just to Melissa, Texas, where you will find Nigel Smith II. He's 6'5", 260. He'll be on the front line. And finally, Caden Wallard, 6'5", 252, transfer out of Miami of Ohio. Plenty of help on the line. Defensive line, that is. Linebacker, just one linebacker in. But James Nesta, dude, he's awesome. James Nesta, 6'4", 205 out of Cornelius, North Carolina. And finally, the Speed Demons, the DBs and safeties. We'll start with the Bs. Michael Benowowski, 6'2", 205 out of Junction City, Kansas. Eli Bowen, brother of Peyton Bowen. Eli, 5'9", 165, Denton, Texas. Jaden Hardy, 5'11", 165 out of Louisville, Texas. Local product, Devon Jordan, 5'11", 170 out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Transfer is Jocelyn Molluska, 6'1", 178 out of Utah. Molescu has 2 years of eligibility left. Speaking of local products, what about Michael Patterson McDonald? MPM, 5'10", 170 out of Moore, Oklahoma. Finally, Jeremiah Newcombe, 5'11", 175 out of Queens Creek in Arizona. And finally, out of Dayton, Ohio, Reggie Powers, 6'1", 200 pounds, Dayton, Ohio. All right, so there we go. Offense, defense, little special teams to help push the kicker. What about these two players here? Transfers, Tyler Hetler, 5'11", 188 out of East Tennessee State, and later Florida State. Hetler, 1 year of eligibility left. And finally, Liam Evans, Evans, 5'8", 160, out of Moore, Oklahoma. All right, guys, that will wrap up the recruiting class. Hope you guys like it. See you guys in the fall. No, spring game. I guess the spring game's first, right? See you guys for the spring game. Or maybe you get to see a couple of these guys play. Hopefully, fingers crossed. All right, guys. Till then, you guys know what to do. Find this and all my other videos and on Facebook, Harry James Taylor. Also, X. The Hype Man Harry on Twitter, X, or YouTube, 1982 Boomer Sooner. Alright guys, thanks for watching and Boomer Sooner everybody. I'm out of here. Peace!